we're live with episode 32 of these interviews. We got a lot of guests so far, and hopefully we'll have a lot of guests to come yet still.
No.
Oh, Lux is taking over. This is the last episode. It is all Lux
The takeover? the takeover episode?
All right, well, Cloudy, it seems we're being held hostage now.
No.
How do I blink SOS again?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what the Morse code for SOS is. I used to know it.
It's something like beep 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 beep. Isn't it 3.3-3 dot? Or
Yeah,
it's 3 something.
It's supposed to be simple.
It's supposed to be simple, and here we are, floundering it all. Why is this person sending out OSO? Oh no.
I assume they translate it because you send it out repeatedly, so you do SOS, SOS, so OSO would still be. No, it wouldn't be.
You would get Soos.
Yeah.
Soos. Oh, Soos. It's fine.
Sorry, it's been 2 minutes and it's already derailed. I'm sorry.
Listen, that's the appropriate amount of energy for mice, I mean, what is a gathering of mice if not a mischief? But, yes, welcome, everybody who may be showing up, trickling in, or popping in early. We already see a couple of people, I see the one across the table, peeking in. Well, the Sharku and a couple other people popping in. So, welcome everybody to episode 32 of Big SQK Inc. Interviews. I'm your host, as always, Saruroku. And across the table from me, the co-host, Cloudy. Say hello.
Hello. I've returned from the dead.
Necromancy is a hell of a thing.
Yes.
And our guest for the day, hello, Lux.
Hi. Yeah.
You.
Anxious.
Understandable. Don't worry about it. It's all fine,
I'm reminded of that. I remember watching an interview. I think it was that Callie did at some point, where she was just the entire time.
Yeah.
And a hamster. Oh, you put the hamster wheel there? I didn't notice until just now.
Yes, it was put there because it was a comment. It was like, okay, Candy, hamster wheel works. Okay, that's what I had to work off of. So here we are. And indeed. Hello, Dooney in chat as well. It is a tiny Lux with the candies and the unfortunate hamster wheel. We might cover that later in a question, huh? I'm sure you'll have an entire piece to speak on the whole hamster situation.
I don't understand it.
I mean, I'm just sitting out here, I'm being called a rat and a capybara recently, so
they don't even have these. They don't have this.
They don't have, yeah. The wheel.
No, the tail.
The tail.
Oh.
Tail. Yeah. A lot of tail. All right. But, normally it's a lot harder to get an estimate of the height for the guests because they're towering over city. But we just found you, kind of sitting there with all the candy, huh? Just chilling out up there.
Yeah.
A few inches tall, If we said several
3.
inches, we might be pushing,
3. I think a few is accurate. Yeah, it varies. And the reason I say it varies is because every time I commission art, it's like, oh, yep, that's not the height I said, but that's fine.
An entirely different scale, but the art's cute.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, it's size is wildly inconsistent a lot of the time, huh? But you take what you get, and the closer you can get, So 3-inch tall mouse, give or take artist interpretation. Jeez. And yeah, Dooney is popping up in chat and bringing up the fact that it is because of you retweeting her stuff that I even found a couple of people like Fairy Dooney recently. So thank you for that. Oh, Maple's got some words to weigh in with on this variable height situation. mice are stretchy too, from what I hear. It's probably fine.
Can I stretch a mouse?
Oh. It's time for the fact check, huh?
Stretching reduces tumor growth in a mouse's breast cancer. What?
Whoa.
So mice should stretch, but I don't think that's the question.
That's
not.
That's
hang
not
on.
the type of stretching we're talking about, I hope.
Then I got gamer stretching because mouse. Hang on. Are mice stretchy? That does not help.
It does not help at all.
I'm getting a bunch of cat toys of stretchy mice and cheese.
Geez.
That's what I'm getting.
Is that what Maple's thinking when they make the comment? They see you, they think, oh, stretchy mouse toy. Oh. Alright, they're giving an explanation. They played Half-Life Alyx and could stretch the rat, so they assume it extends to mice.
I mean, we don't take fall damage.
You know?
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, that's true.
The smaller you are, the less fall damage happens. Which means when I'm big, that is not good for hitting the ground. So, with that a little bit of a banter and introductions out of the way and all those shenaniganery and the stretchy mouse trivia, I shall go on to the first question, which usually like to refer to it as the hardest question of all time in an interview. So, are you ready?
Oh, is it tell me about yourself? God.
No. It's not tell me about yourself. It's who are you? Who is Lux? So it's telling me about yourself, but worded different.
I don't.
You don't know?
I don't know. I'm Lux. I don't know.
So I see. This is a classic case of JRPG protagonist syndrome. Is this the amnesia?
No, I don't have amnesia. I just don't know how to describe myself.
Fair enough.
Hang on. Fine. I'll do two. I'll do lore stuff, and then I'll do actual me stuff, I guess.
All right.
Because the lore for it's simple. Former lab assistant mistook not potion. That's magic. What's a potion but science? Medicine?
Vial? Formula? A serum?
Formula?
Yeah. Serum. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Instead elixir, what's a potion but science? Don't.
I mean, science potions. That's literally just alchemy and or medicine, right?
It would be medicine. He's kind of trying to get their memories. No, but then it was lunch. So instead of soda, I drank that. Then poof, mouse grow. Then series of events that I haven't fleshed out yet. Then here.
I see. So basically, unlabeled mouse serum of danger.
I want to get art of it at some point and flesh it out. But yeah, I don't know. Hi.
That'd be nice. Well, that's the attempt at the lore side as you cobble together notes. How about yourself?
Hang on. Who am I?
I think you stream at the very least. I know that.
I do. I stream. I'm a variety streamer. I've been doing a lot of Hollow Knight recently. I'm a trans mouse girl. I'm about 3 inches tall. I'm known for saying very stupid things like trains don't have wheels or everyone has a uterus.
Or most recently, the potion but science one gets to be added.
Yeah. Yeah. Birds don't have bones is another one. Yeah.
Birds don't have bones.
Huh.
They're hollow.
The
bones
meant. Are hollow. Yes, I get that. Just the interpretation they don't have bones is like Jello bird.
I learned something new.
Which doesn't make sense because boneless wings are specifically boneless because the bird had bones.
I mean, people still order boneless pizza. Well, it's the pizza crust, at least, according to my family's language. The pizza crust is the bone,
Boneless water?
Oh, no.
Oh, no, boneless water.
No.
We're going into newfound territory with that one. Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, that was meds. Don't worry about it.
All right. We will not worry.
We're good now.
Jeez. So
boneless Lux? No, wait. Why is my model frozen? Yeah, what have I done?
Did
There
you
we
remove
go.
all the bones? Is that why you
I'm
froze?
fixed
Okay,
now.
you're fixed. You found the bones again. So, let's see. Aside from the wiggle, oh, it got a 3 for with the wiggle the mouse. Wiggling. So, that was the first question. Here I just want to take a little bit of a sidestep, and the next one I have noted is: do you have any message to those who call you hamster instead of mouse?
Stop it. I have a tail. Hamsters don't have tails.
She does have a tail.
No.
Although there are wireless mice that don't have tails, I guess. But I don't even remember how it started. I think it came from like another VTuber that I knew who like said it once, like off the cuff, and then people just ran with it.
I see. That's how a lot of things just wind up starting, isn't it?
Yep.
Somebody said something, and then here we are, months later. Ay.
I have it as a redeem on my channel. It's my own fault. It hasn't died.
Enabling it is, yeah. Definitely, but hey, that means you're at least sometimes having fun with it, because it means you get to, yell at chat.
It doesn't bother me. I'm just, as a trans streamer, I didn't think the thing that would get misrepresented was my species.
Right.
No one gets the gender wrong.
Everybody sees, yes, is little lady, hamster. No, that's not a hamster, that's a mouse.
No.
That's a
I
mouse.
literally, when I went from the 2D model to the 3D one, I had them specifically make the ears much bigger. Because people kept saying it was the ears that made them think of hamster.
Jeez. Understandable, enlarge ears. Big ears.
Yep. So now I have these.
Besides, the tail is a big detail. If you try to pick up a hamster by the tail, you're not going to get very far.
They do have them, they're just stubby.
Yeah, you're not going to get very
really
far.
Stubby. Yeah.
Lux, isn't that hamster?
Jeez. Yeah, Snow Soul. Mouse.
Mouse.
We are mice.
Don't worry, I'm disguised. Don't worry.
It's fine. It doesn't actually bother me. So like,
oh, that's good then. It's nice to, have something to run with. I know when people, pop in and go, is a rat. I gotta, actually stop them and be like, no. Because people will start genuinely making the mistake sometimes, huh?
Yeah. Why did I zoom out? Hang on. Oh no.
We might have had some little fairy dust left over from when Dooney was hosting last time on the Tiny Set.
Hang on.
Yeah, all's fine. See, size variable, Maple's using this as evidence of stretchy mouse.
Now we're good.
So
now we're good. Now we're back to where we were.
That's fair. And well, this next question I realize just leads into the next category. So I'm gonna be shifting over to a lot of streaming talk next up. Mainly, you've had mentioned a couple years of streaming experience so far, I believe.
Yeah, in this attempt anyway.
Fair enough. What major experiences do you have with streaming, good or bad, with your time on Twitch as the mouse?
It's been a roller coaster for me because I literally got my models designed, tweeted it out, and then a couple days later got sort of like swept up and hit affiliate like really quickly.
Fair.
And like, mixed bag of things that came from that and that group of people. But like, yeah, yep. But it's been really good. I've met a lot of really great people, obviously Maple and like a bunch of other friends that are like super important to me. So, and as far as like the experience of streaming goes, it's definitely up and down. There's definitely times of like burnout, like why isn't my channel growing, stuff like that. But by and large, when I go live, I've not really had many bad experiences.
That's good. It's always something nice when you start up a stream and just people are there to hang out with you and have fun, right?
Yeah, that's the thing that surprises me the most is that there's people who are at every stream, and I'm like, what? Like, why?
Sometimes people just, take a look at a streamer and is like, okay, you know what? You're stuck with me now. I am here.
Yup. I stay here forever. Goodbye.
As I imagine each of us have a few names we could just rattle off of. Oh, hey, if that person's not in chat, they have a busy day or something's wrong, right?
Yup.
Yeah.
Well, it's good to hear that lots good happening, even if it is a roller coaster at times.
Yeah, I did not have the normal beginning where it's like, oh, you stream for a few months and hit affiliate eventually. I was like, uh-oh.
So I will say, having been one of those people who did get a slow run up to affiliate, I've seen a lot of people who actually had like okay, I started streaming this month or this week and hit affiliate, especially in the VTuber sphere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Is a lot of people just trying to bounce around and support others. So
yeah, that was back 2021. Yeah, because March of this year, March 28th would be my second year debut. So it would have been, that was before I debuted in March, so it would have been, I think it was still March, actually. I think it was like March 11th was the day that that started, and then by the end of that week I had hit it. Like I had been streaming for months prior with no camera or anything, so I had already hit like a couple of the metrics, but I went from, because of a shout out from someone and being promoted, I went from like 1 to 2 viewers to like 15.
Yeah, that'll do it all. Fair enough. Let's see. Next topic I want to touch on is regarding communities as a whole, not just individual stream or VTuber communities. Like, for example, a lot of people I talk about and try to bring on are involved in the size community in some way. For example,
never heard of it.
Never heard of it. Never heard of it. What is this size stuff? It is just the natural mouse height on the table there.
Yeah, I'm only tiny because of mouse. No ulterior motives.
No ulterior motives at all. I'll just here's a derailing comment. What is a vor?
I actually had to have this conversation with Maple like a month ago.
Oh dear. That sounds like it was an interesting time, huh?
Which was one of those like, what have I done? Why is this my life moments where it's like, oh, I have to like explain vor in detail to someone because they like said something and I'm like, no, that's wrong. And it's like, oh, I see.
Oh,
I couldn't.
So you know what's right. Oh, so please enlighten us.
No, wait,
no.
Hang on. I will describe a vor. Hang on. In names of members of groups corresponding to adjectives ending in vorous, such as detravor or detravorous. What? That's the Oxford Dictionary. Hang on.
That is the actual
official
language usage of it.
It's really funny looking at the because it shows like use over time for the word when you search it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Is there just a
spike? There's a spike around like 2015, and then Neum.
2015, the year of vor, huh?
Hang on.
Sounds about right.
Can I see this in more detail? Yeah, in like 2008. Yeah, 2007, 2008, and then it just spiked right up.
Good to know. Good to know. Oh, jeez.
There we go.
I
gave the definition of vor.
Wow. Huh.
Very obvious rodent experiment. There. Yes.
Yep. Thank you, Quill, for the. That is exactly what vor is in one definition of the word. Now, yes. But I'm pivoting over to the actual intended question.
You can't ambush me with that.
Hey, listen. I munch on people. I like vor too. I'm calling myself out here too. Ay. So, either during your time streaming or before streaming, are there any communities that you feel like you were a big part of or were watching the whole time that you've had good or bad experiences with as well?
My Twitter is wild because of that. So most people are like,
dear.
I'm going to start streaming. I'm going to make a separate Twitter. Mine went from like a size account to a VTuber account like overnight. And there's still there's a lot of remnants of the size account.
Fair.
So, and I'm also like fairly active like politically. So like my Twitter account is a mix of like VTubers, which are already like lewd. Like this whole community is like no one is free of sin.
Nope. No.
Well, if you're just browsing Twitter and clicking random people, the truly wholesome people, yeah, they're there occasionally, but if you just follow a bunch of VTubers, odds are you're gonna wind up with something
lots of thighs,
not safe for work popping up. Lots of thighs, yeah.
Lots
so
of thighs.
It's a weird mix of that, of like size content, and then of like random journalists that I followed for things.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but no, I've always been sort of this is my first real experience like being part of a community in any sort of my first experience would have been the size stuff on Twitter, but this is my first like there's no other phrase for it other than this is the first time I've really come out of my shell and been more out there and open and willing to talk to people.
That's fair.
Maple,
that's fair.
Listen. Maple, shut up.
That's how Twitter will recommend you accounts based on the people you follow and interact with. Because of Lux, I got recommended 2 to 3 new size vor accounts daily. It's an adventure. Oh dear, huh, Maple?
I relate to that because of Saru. So.
Yes, and?
Hey, he's good. He's very good.
Right. There's a reason why, whenever size comes up and we're talking in public, is just look at Cloudy and go, mouse topic.
There's a couple of instances where like someone would have seen my likes on Twitter, like when Twitter was like showing people your likes before they decided that was bad.
Yeah.
So I got confronted on stream once, and they were like, "Lex, why did you like this picture of Vor?" And it's like, I don't know. I don't know. My argument was it was the scarf because my 2D model had like a red scarf. And the mouse in the picture had the same red scarf or same type of red scarf. So I was like, oh.
So he's like, the scarf is just a nice scarf. Yeah. Yeah, nothing else at all.
Yep.
Jeez.
Yeah, people can tell I'm lying.
Jeez. Well, don't worry because Quill elaborated on the very obvious rodent experiment.
Oh no.
And they specified what the experiment was as well. So Nyanquil said, experimenting putting mice in your stomach, ayo.
True.
Thank you, Quill.
I have an odd relationship with the concept of swallowing.
Uh-huh.
Like, I don't... See, now this is getting into more depth than I think. Like, this now there's no way I can argue. Don't have the kink. God.
I mean, mouse play is fun. I'll just say that. We could, if you want to leave it at there, we can leave it at there. Next question.
No, that's the preference, is mouth play, because I'm like, sometimes the swallow is fun, but then you got to get into like the logistics of like, how does it work? Like, are you good? Is it like, yeah,
a lot of details get trapped in, shenanigans. Yeah.
Yup.
Mouse play. Yeah.
Mouse play. Oh.
Well, thanks for the obvious pun.
Oh, that's a
yeah. Maple and Danny just both coming out with the mouse play.
Mouse play. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Maple has created a new tag. Oh god.
Oh jeez, that is.
Oh my god, it's been almost a half hour already.
It is already.
I'm so sorry.
The half hour's going, and we're in a.
It's fine.
Hey, this is a good place to be. Although I feel like if anybody should be apologizing, I should be the one going. I'm sorry for throwing you under the bus with these a lot.
No, it's fine. I'm wearing a shirt that says snack, and not with 2 C's.
And I mean, She's even surrounded by a bunch of candy, you know.
Yeah.
Looking real tasty on the table made of chocolate. You may be
Yeah.
surrounded by food.
I should. I'm trying to lick the lollipop, but it doesn't work. I can't stretch far enough.
We can have, you know, someone behind scene adjust it for you. Let's
No, it's okay.
No. It's is moving. See, there you go.
The intern did his job. There you go.
The unpaid intern, we shrink behind the desk even further on.
The one I hired.
There we go.
Oh,
yes, the Lord.
All right.
It looks more suggestive than it should.
Jeez. Good thing the table is insured. It's going to be damaged by the end of the interview. Usually, yeah. I actually have no clue if the bite the table command is still set up for you, Cloudy.
I forgot. What was it?
You made it potato for some reason. I'm not sure why.
I remember now. Was it exclamation point potato? I don't remember.
So
I don't remember.
Before we get too far derailed, it was just the word potato, I think.
Oh, really?
Before we get too far derailed again, I will bring us back to the last of the directly streaming related questions.
How was the last one streaming related?
You know, actually, no, wait, there's two more streaming related. The communities often define, you know, how you lead into stuff and what you do. Like, you do got commands, or not commands, redeems that are like, okay, shrink you, you know, there's the admit the hamster one, which just became a running joke. There's also, I'm not sure I want to mention the 4,000 point one. or is,
That's of course
yeah.
Kairos did it.
Oh, yeah, they got it. And shrink and put in jar. Yeah, that's a redeem too. Well, the jar.
That's just timeout. There's no.
That's just timeout.
Yeah.
The timeout jar. Understandable.
Yeah. I also have an emote of it. There it is.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Yup.
There be the Lux in a jar. Yup. So
I'm always afraid I'm gonna raid someone who doesn't know it, and people are gonna use that emote, and then I have to explain it, and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah. So about that, I feel your pain on that one, because I was talking with people, and the jar joke comes up quite a bit, and I recently started dating someone who was very, very innocent, so I had to explain it to her.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, so I feel your pain on that one, Lux.
It's weird that it's like Origins or like My Little Pony related.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, that was a time period.
And there's a girlfriend in chat going, and you know, freezing right there. It's fine, don't worry.
I'm also like surprisingly innocent. Like I know things, but it's not like I'm innocent. I've not been tried in the court of law.
Innocent until proven guilty type of innocent.
That's right.
Is this the innocent, or is this the wholesome claim that you make sometimes?
I'm wholesome. I'm both. I just realized something adorable. You and them are one letter apart name-wise.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is how it is.
Yeah.
Geez. All right. I'm going to get very distracted by her if I let myself get distracted by. I'm gonna pivot back to questions. Huh?
I'm just like I can sense it.
You could feel my brain cell running away.
Yes.
So,
my eyes keep closing.
Regarding streaming, we talked about the communities that you emerged from. You know, came from as well. Are there any inspirations or major influences that led you to streaming or influence your streaming today?
I feel like the cop-out answer as a gremlin is Nyanners.
You know, that's fair though.
But yeah, but it's like I don't actually watch Nyanners streams. I watch like YouTube content, and like the reason that like I've always wanted to stream for the most part. Like I've always wanted to try to get into it, but obviously being trans, being able to have a model and do this with like an avatar is a lot better than, oh hey, here's my face that I hate on camera.
Yeah. And that's definitely something we've heard a good bit of times from some of the other trans guests, where you can just be yourself and not have to worry about how you look and other people just judging you on sight, right?
Yeah, it provides an out. Didn't you like get the idea of you turning your head one day and just I must do this, and then like the next day commission a model? I did. I also assumed I was getting a tax return that year that would pay for the model. I did not get a tax return that year.
No. That sounds like it threw the budget into a whole mess then, huh?
Sure did. I also got a new computer.
Oh, jeez.
I've seen a Twitter post of Giant Yanners quality content.
It all ties back together, huh?
I totally don't have that saved.
Oh
my god.
Of course, Cloudy.
Listen, hey. Yes. Yes.
I can't say anything. If anyone ever finds my phone, I'm
Yeah. I understand,
sorry.
The artwork.
Sorry, I'm trying not to swear.
No. Swear as much as you please. Just
Oh, no. It happened again.
Is that like the swear jar? You swear too much, you start shrinking.
No. I don't even think about it. I'm just like it's just a verbal tick. Some people do like ums and ahs. I do like swear. Like when I get stuck in a sentence, I go like when I can't think of the next word, it's a swear.
Understandable. I mean, sometimes you just gotta say the fuck word, right?
Yeah. I didn't want to be the first person to swear.
Listen, I'm normally reserved with the language, but everything here is, marked for adults. We are reasonably expecting you to, if you want to use whatever language you want, as long as you're not like explicitly insulting people,
What trigger words would shrink the Lux? I don't know. Currently, my like default go-to is that it's like an app that like certain people have access to that can like adjust the size. But like that's like I don't know. It varies. I just like the idea. Like I've never done like, for example, like a D&D campaign or anything because I'm terrible at like character or world building. But there's one exception to that, which is like I can spend hours rambling off how like size would work in like a society or a culture, and I'm like I hate that my brain doesn't work outside of one very specific context that makes it very obvious.
Jeez. Again, at least for D&D, sometimes you don't even need to think. You can just go dumb. Like, one of the characters I've played, they were a Kenku named Kerplunk. They had a crossbow that when you shoot, it go kerplunk into the enemy.
Oh my god.
And that was the entire thing for Kerplunk. That was their entire brain cell.
That's the mince model of it. The Baldur's Gate character with the hamster. Where like there's no like they're not a smart person. They just throw their hamster at shit and it just works.
Yeah, like D&D can be tons of fun if you got, a fancy character with all this personality and you get into RP scenes and all that. But sometimes you just need to be, the generic human fighter with a sword that swings it 4 times every day until you figure out what you want to do, right?
Yeah, I don't know. My brain is like, oh, I had to come up with a character, and inevitably after like 15 or 20 minutes, I'll be like, oh, I had to pick their height, and it's like, oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
You pick a druid, and it's just like, all right, wild shape into a mouse, and this is the game now.
It's the end.
I've literally had someone like homebrew a mouse race.
Yeah.
Oh, wait
and it's like, okay, we got to keep this like reasonable.
Yeah,
like...
Cloudy, are you getting the brain?
Yeah, recalling the old funny one-shot character.
Yeah, I attempted to run a one-shot of Mouse Folk for people, and Cloudy's character spent the entire time, stumbling around drinking.
I was drinking, and I think I shot a random civilian by accident because I wanted to.
Do not recall. But
yeah, it was
that
like
sounds
like
something you did.
Random gunslinger kind of.
I know.
Yeah.
Nick C also was just like, okay, I'm gonna set stuff on fire and look at the hot firefighters.
Because paladin or something. I'm just like,
noble paladin sets stuff on fire and just oogles the firefighters because she knows she can get away with it.
Yeah, no,
right.
Man, I kind of want to bring that character back now. Think about it.
Well, that looks really hot. The fire? No.
No, not the fire.
No, not the fire. Not the fire. That's why we instituted the law. Right, all the firefighters are shirtless. It's the noble said so. Ay. All right. So you mentioned Neanners as somewhat of an inspiration and just kind of something you've always been wanting to do, huh? As far as
that's the sort of vibe I go for, but that might also just be the ADHD that makes me like that.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Which now, as I'm sitting here staring at my desk, I haven't medicated today.
That's understandable. If at any point you need to, just take a minute, take care of some things, let me know. Otherwise,
I'll do it after.
Just keep on. All right.
Okay.
So, over the time with streaming, sometimes you learn stuff, and it's like, oh, I wish I knew that earlier. Looking back over your time streaming, is there anything you'd like to have changed or told your past self about anything?
Yeah, trains have wheels.
I was drinking water too.
You just avoid that, moment of your life entirely, huh? Trains have wheels.
That is the one that gets brought up the most, because I said it with such belief,
such certainty.
I thought they worked like trams. Trams? Yeah, trams, where they just have magnets on the rail, which some trains do. But what makes it worse is there's a train museum 30 minutes away from my house with a train outside that has wheels.
Oh no, Lux.
But no, just to not worry so much that eventually if you just keep at it, I mean, that's not necessarily true, that if you just keep at it, an audience will come, because there's lots of people who that just never happens for.
Yeah.
But that it's not so important to necessarily worry about how big of a community you grow, just how good it is. Trains always had wheels. Listen, I know.
See, I didn't know for the longest time. I'll be honest, I'm in the same boat.
You see, it's because when you're streaming, you're like, here's the game I'm focusing on chat, and sometimes you just say something stupid that you know is wrong.
I know the feeling.
Oh, jeez.
So, what do you mean trams also have wheels?
Wait, they do?
Uh-oh.
Oh, I need a...
It's time for some wheel research here as well on Cloudy's end.
I'm just gonna...
They're just... Oh, they've eaten more of the table. Very careful. They're kind of eating their way towards the display, huh? There's a lot of chomps going on.
Trams are light rail vehicles? Oh my god.
I need to look up stuff now.
Wheels are kind of important for moving most of the time.
Yeah, but I always thought it was magnets.
Yeah.
When you mentioned magnets, I was trying to picture how the magnets would work, and it's the wheels still got to be there to connect to the rail or something. It can still be magnets most of the way, but something's got to be guiding it along. Unless it's, the theoretical we built tunnels underground and filled them with self-driving cars that are actually just driven by employees, so we invented underground taxi hyperloop. Where it's oh yeah, this entire tunnel is supposed to be magnetized.
Oh god, I know what you're talking about. I hate it.
Yeah. Their character, as someone who is
death trap. It's an underground death trap. Those cars are going to catch on fire and you can't get out of them.
But don't worry, it's saving so much more than inventing public transportation. Ay. I have a lot of issues with that underground tunnel system where they just have an underground taxi now. With one street in a very narrow tunnel.
Oh.
Ooh, yep. Right?
Ooh.
Just make buses.
Right? But they're so busy throwing money at the government to not make buses so they can sell their products to get the money back from the government.
Secret tunnel.
That's how it go. Jeez. It's not so much a secret tunnel as a dumb tunnel. Yes.
Yeah, well, that's what happened. He's not like.
I mean,
he's not smart. He just has stupid, impulsive thoughts, and
the
because
money to
he's
back
got
it up.
emerald, diamond mine, blood money on his hands, he's able to throw it at actual smart people and be like, "Here, make my idiotic whim come to life," and they gotta be like,
or buy Twitter and start burning as much money as they can in record time. Ay. It's a disaster. Let's see. Oh, so the next thing on the tick list for my interview is free space. So at this point, I will open up the floor. Cloudy, you mentioned you had some questions actually come to mind.
Yes.
Lux, if there's any topics or questions that are on your mind, feel free to bring them up as well. Anybody in chat, if you have a question you want to try asking one of us on the screen in the interview, feel free to send them in and we will field them when there is a gap.
I don't trust Kairos.
You don't trust? Oh, no. So,
I mean, I do trust them.
but you know something's going to come out of their mouth. Yeah?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Or Maple. I also don't trust Maple.
Well, it is the free space, so if either of you have something you would like to lead off on, go ahead.
I had my sticky notes. Where'd they go?
You had the sticky notes. Okay.
Listen. I might have left it in my other... Let's see.
That's fair.
Did I put it in my wallet?
Honestly, if any train of thought comes up at all, just like...
Why's it gotta be a train?
Because that's how the saying goes, and unfortunately, we've wheeled back into that disaster. Oh no!
You said that.
Yeah.
Oh, what have you done?
Jeez. I know what I did for that second one. The first one was unintentional.
Besides a mouse paper, which
one.
If there were any VTubers besides a mouse VTuber, which one would you be, Lux? I actually have a full. So Lux is a carryover from when I was, quote unquote, when I was a furry.
Understandable.
So there's like a full fur, like pre-transition design for Lux that sort of just carried over. But prior to being a mouse, back when I was, back when I was a furry, unlike right now.
Yep. Unlike right now. In the past, definitely in the past.
It went from like initially cat to like Arctic fox to mouse. I had like a squirrel OC, but squirrels and mice are basically, just fluffy tail apart. Like, but yeah, I wouldn't say I was ever part of the furry community. I was a furry. I looked at art, but I never participated.
You saw, you thought, ooh, nice, and then walked on with your day. No engagement beyond the look,
Yeah, that's anxiety.
Understandable. Oh, jeez. I mean, I'm exactly the same way with size art a lot of the time. I could not tell you how long I'd been watching Dooney's Deviant art, just being like, ooh, size art. And then eventually, here we are, huh?
I have that happen accidentally sometimes, where I'll reply to someone and then I'll check their Twitter and I'll be like, or I'll say something and then I get followed by a size account that I've like looked at before or have like followed for years, and I'm like, oh no.
I know that feeling too.
No, you're not supposed to interact with me. I'm supposed to look at your stuff, enjoy it, and then leave.
And then that's it. That's all I wanted.
What do you mean we're engaging now? We are not part of the community. We are a spectator. Yeah,
that's what I get for replying to things.
Fair enough. I suppose, unless Cloudy's found the sticky note.
Oh, I have my sticky note here.
You got your sticky note? Okay.
It's right. It's written in red Sharpie, so that's all I had at the time. But
I've just noticed you have a gun.
You weren't supposed to see that.
Yeah. I was distracted when setting up and, saw the cheese on the head. Yeah, they do have a gun, don't they? Like,
don't worry about
Mouse
it.
looked at cheese. They had some tiny people on their head before the interview, but, somebody may have gotten hungry. They disappeared, so don't worry about that.
Cough.
And yeah, Kairosa, there was a time I was streaming Fortnite with Maeve and Maple, and Maeve mentioned like the name of a Twitter account, and I'm like, wait a second, I follow that person. Why do I follow them? Oh.
Yeah, and just for context on anybody who winds up watching the VOD afterwards or on YouTube, question was, didn't you have a time where another VTuber turned out to be the person behind a size account on Twitter?
Oh, yeah, that too.
And Richie is apparently asking, have you heard of the Union Pacific Big Boy? It's a type of train.
No, I don't know about trains. I obviously don't know about trains.
Fair enough. Jeez. All right. So derailed away from the question. Go ahead.
I have my sticky here. So, we're all mice, and I've asked previous guests before, at least sometime, I think, if I remember. It's been a while, but what's your favorite type of cheese?
Oh no. I do. So I'm like, I have like a lactose sensitive. I'm not like lactose intolerant. I have like a sensitivity to it. So I'd have to go with like Parmesan or something because I can put it on things and it's nice and it adds like a cheese flavor, but it's not ever enough to be like, oh, I regret this decision.
Okay.
That makes a bit of sense.
And can relate because I'm lactose myself, and I can't eat that many cheeses myself. I'll be honest.
I'm starting to wonder if there's something I can do with the way my model is rendering. Because I have like a black outline, like a silhouette.
I could try to tune it up more, but the eyelashes were kind of disappearing before.
Oh, okay, that's why. Yeah, that's why it's the background. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I could try to tune it up, but
no,
for in the sake of eyelashes being not transparent, literally windows to the window behind you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I figured it was like the OBS Ninja thing.
Apparently, Quill is making a recommendation of goat cheese. It's good for lactose intolerance.
I might give that a try. Yeah, I might give that a try, actually. Yeah, that actually helps me out, too.
This does bring to mind a thought for me. That I'm not lactose intolerant. Am I an oddity amongst the mice because of that? Are a lot of the mice VTubers lactose intolerant?
A lot of people like lactose intolerance is like the default. Yeah, like people aren't meant to consume lactose or I almost said lactate. That's different. That's people aren't meant to consume lactose like into their adult years, so like the body naturally rejects it.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that's how it happened for me, Saru, because I mentioned it to you.
Weird.
Not really. Not really. Come on.
Listen. I understand, but I still gotta, say it for the funny, haha.
I can't believe it. The giant mouse man likes his cheese.
Ay.
Your answer to that question should be the moon.
The moon.
Yeah, I was about to
moon
say,
cheese, tasty. Yes. May or may not have taken a bite out of it anytime, the moon just floats past.
Lactate, Lux, do tell. I don't. I can't. I don't. I did look up like 2 weeks ago mouse milk, and it is apparently the most expensive milk in the world. It's like $21,000 for like a liter or something.
Sorry, what?
Because they gotta gather the milk from so many
they gotta get it out of a bunch of mice.
I'm sorry, it's that. What?
Yeah, hang on, I'll look it up again.
Yeah. And that was definitely interesting to, come across when I was just scrolling to be like, oh, hey, what's Lux doing recently? Just, catch up before the interview. Yes.
So that's what I saw. That's what I saw on Twitter. Okay. I thought I was going crazy when I was reading. I was like, wait a minute, where have I heard this before?
You were not going crazy.
I thought I was asleep. I'll be honest. I thought I was asleep.
Mouse milk price. Yep, a liter is $22,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god, this Reddit thread has a picture of a mouse being milked.
Oh no!
You know, money.
A leader is produced from 4,000 females.
Yeah. It's money if you can care for 4,000 female mice. You can, make money off of mouse milk. That doesn't sound like the most practical option, huh?
I mean, you don't need to sell a full liter of it.
That's fair. That's fair.
I might. You know what? That's it. No, never mind. hey, money's money.
But that's like I just get a thought and my brain is like, okay, search it, and it's like, oh.
And now you are full of knowledge and also.
And now I know it. Yeah, but not any useful knowledge. I still failed out of university twice. I can't do calculus, but I can tell you how much a liter of mouse milk costs. Great.
Fair enough.
To be fair, you don't need calculus to calculate that. So
yeah.
You don't need calculus for anything. It's lies.
Yeah.
I mean, there are things
math isn't real.
About math. Oh no! I have an engineering degree. The math slander in front of me, my brain is melting.
Math hurts my head, Sarv.
Oh, jeez. Math is the only thing that makes sense to me. How do words work?
I was doing comp sci major. And I can do the programming, I can do everything else. But then it's like, here's unrelated math courses, and it's like, why?
Yeah.
I can't do it.
For computer science, I imagine anything you need to know is already, covered outside of that. Why do they have calculus there? Unless that's supposed to be
mandate a certain number of math credits.
I see. So they need to make sure you are mathable, even though you can do other stuff, huh?
Yeah, I dropped out once, then went to film school, then was like, oh shit, I wasted my life on a film school degree. No.
Oh no.
And tried again and failed again.
Well, it is how it is sometimes, huh?
Yeah. But I have the film thing obviously has helped a little with all of this. A lot of computer stuff does actually use calculus.
That's fair. Oh no.
But very much focused on software side for computer science. Hardware, my brain goes potato. I don't know computer hardware at all.
That's fair. By at all, do you mean if you got the parts, you could not build your own computer?
If I got the parts, I could not build my own computer.
Oh, that's not at all. Okay.
Excuse me.
Oh, we have a question from Snow Soul as well. Oh dear, huh?
Oh.
If you rob a bank with a team, would you betray them or share the money equally? That is a question out of nowhere.
That's a question. Yeah.
I'd share the money.
You share the money? I mean, you've already committed the crime with all these people, right?
So what? Yeah, but robbery is not murder.
Yeah. Jeez. Oh, we're going off the deep end with a couple of these ones, huh?
No.
Here's one of Four's usual questions.
Yeah.
What is a conspiracy theory that you think makes actually a good point? Not something that, you think is true, just it's enough to have a pause and go, wait a minute. Jeez.
My brain is trying to think of conspiracy theories, and the only one coming to mind is one that I don't necessarily want to say.
Oh dear. Understandable.
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
Actually, there's two coming to mind, and neither one of them.
Oh no.
One involves two towers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not Lord of the Rings. And the other involves a prison camera going dark randomly.
That one, I'm not familiar on the context around that one, but that one sounds like it might have some
Oh, I know that one.
When a camera goes out, there's usually something, huh? Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, that's the answer to your question, for. Oh jeez.
I don't necessarily believe the first one as much. The second one, I'm like,
Mhm.
yeah, no, probably.
I
He
mean-
probably didn't do it himself.
Regarding the first one, like engineering degree, I could tell you what kind of goes on, but people ignore the engineering when they talk about it.
I know.
Oh, jeez. And Cloudy is dying indeed.
Because I wrote this so much. I'm just like,
You okay over there?
Man, fire's crazy.
I don't know. I don't like most conspiracy theories. I'm just like, this is bullshit.
I mean, I know some of like the extreme bullshit ones that are just off the wall. If you want to hear some of those crazy ones,
Oh
like
my god.
what is it? Artificial moon theory?
Oh god.
Yeah.
That's
that
one. Where people from the future sent the moon back in time to tell us how to build the moon so we can send it back in time and make sure humanity survives.
What?
Brain.
You okay?
Brain go.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, there is no brain involved in that one.
Yeah, that one kind of goes. That's off the wall.
Or the one that I've only watched one documentary on because it's that absurd. The Time Cube. The Time Cube.
What?
It is a lot more absurd than it sounds like, I'm going to be honest.
All right, Doctor Who.
if you wish to research the Time Cube, do so at your own discretion. Viewer beware, right?
Oh god.
Oh jeez. It is a mess. Let's see. From Sharku. Oh, it just scrolled off screen because 4 foot from that question. From Sharku, they are asking, how tall are you proportionally in comical measurements? Basically, they just add comical before inches and centimeters, so they're curious, how tall you are proportionally.
3 inches.
3 inches. You 3 inch tall. 3 comical
Which is a compromise.
Oh, it's a compromise.
It would be smaller, but 3 inches is good. It's good for things.
Understandable. And it also leaves you, open to random bouts of shrinking when you do feel like being smaller, huh?
Yeah. But yeah, 3. This one. This next one to be smaller. I can arrange it. Listen.
There's Dooney with the fairy dust. Some of that left on set may explain why you've been changing size so much.
And that's for some reason my tracking is so sensitive that me moving backwards in my chair a little bit, leaning back, causes that. So let me adjust that sensitivity actually.
And this is a new one from 4. I haven't read this question,
that's a new
I think.
one.
So
there we go.
Let's just see what this is. 4 is asking, have you ever fallen off of a bike, then rolled into a ditch? But as it turns out, it rained recently, so there's just a lot of water in the bottom, so you just lay there contemplating life as you slowly drown. 4?
Well, I've never drowned.
4?
So...
4? What?
Why is that so oddly specific? 4?
Or has that happened to you?
I feel like 4 just wanted to vent there.
Uh-huh. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking too.
All right. Well, in that case, unless something's come to either of your minds,
I just had the one.
You just had the one?
I just had the one written in bright red.
Just the cheese? You needed a sticky note to remember your question was, what's your favorite cheese?
Yes. my brain be empty 90% of the time.
To be fair, at least he found the sticky note this time.
Yeah, we don't talk about the other guests who.
There's sometimes where he's like, "I did it. I wrote it on a sticky note.
I wrote it. I did it finally, and it's gone."
Like, heck, if we had him, search around for 5 minutes, he might find another sticky note that was lost forever, and just be like, "Oh, this was a question."
You said that, and I see it in the corner of my eye.
Yeah. Well, what question was on it?
What? Sorry. This one's out there. That one is out there. Okay.
What is the question?
Does grass grow I'm sorry. Why is that just? It's just scribbled in really bad, like writing. I'm sorry.
That's one of the post-it notes you prepared.
Yes.
For an earlier. Oh, why does grass grow?
I think it was just for the meme. I think that's why. I think that's why I did it. I'm smart. I'm smart. Remember that.
My brain is going what? What?
Yeah, does grass grow? Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
Yes. Unless it's fake grass, in which case, no.
No. Oh wait, no, that wasn't even the actual note. Wait, that wasn't the actual question.
That wasn't the actual what?
It was written above it. Okay.
Do you have a?
Okay, the other one. How many marshmallows can you fit in your mouth?
0. Unless they're like the mini ones.
Yeah, like the.
Oh no, it's the mini. It's the mini ones. It was the mini ones. Yeah, it even has parentheses on it. I see it.
But I don't know. That's like the. That's like the what is it? Hang on, I need to make sure what I'm about to say is what I mean to say. What's the thing where you see how many things you can stuff in your mouth? And by things I mean marshmallows.
Yes.
With the cheek puff and all that.
Is it? It's Chubby Bunny, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank God. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know who this was for. I don't remember. I think this was like our. Oh, it was for the 5th episode.
Episode 5.
What do you still have then?
I have to look. I have to go to.
Yeah.
Let me look. Let me see. I have to double check. I have to make sure that's right. I swear.
Okay, I'm just gonna pop over and look at like episode 5 was. Oh, that makes sense. It's Hamu.
Yeah, that makes sense now.
So much sense. Yeah, I can. Yeah. Mystery solved. I am enlightened.
I'm sorry.
Hey.
So funny, dude.
That was a detour.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, that... We've solved the mystery. We've solved the mystery.
I solved an unsolved thing from years ago.
Jeez. You know what? Cloudy?
Yeah.
I want you to go and DM Hamu with those 2 questions.
Just without context?
He can give the context if he wishes, but I want him to DM... No. There you go. Yeah.
Without context, let's see what happens.
There you go.
Let me see.
Amazing. Let's see. Looks like Cora has one more question, but I don't think this has much to do with mice or you. Apparently dogs can taste water. What do they taste that makes them like puddle water so much?
Water.
Water.
It's water.
Is water.
Yeah.
When you're a dog, water's water, Although I don't think
they drink from toilets. Like, it's not any...
Yeah. Toilet water, dogs, you gotta, be like, no, don't.
Or if you're Kairosa, whose cats do it.
Huh.
Really, a lot of animals just see, it's water and go for
water and go.
But I think at this point I will ask one last of the regular questions that winds up getting asked. This one's also by 4, but this is one of the more sane questions, thankfully. So, one of the usual chat questions that we try to ask each interview is, if you could appoint a president of the internet, someone who has control over the whole internet, who would it be?
Me.
You.
Oh.
Power.
No, not me.
Oh.
No, too much pressure.
Too much pressure. So it sounds like you appoint yourself leader for like 5 seconds and then you quit.
Just for the resume, just so I can put it on my resume.
Just for the resume. Understandable.
I can't pick what I want for lunch.
Fair. That is completely understandable. Let me... Oh, where did I leave the questions? Alright, so moving on to a couple of more specific questions to just poke at and comment on. there is
Yes.
a moment of interaction that I just gotta call out again and be like, yes. So I labeled this section as wholesome question mark.
No, don't do this to me.
Oh.
So
I have not helped my case with this tonight.
You have not, but also one of the moments where it's like, oh yeah, you posted that on Twitter, and I recognized the comment because it was a response to something I posted in chat. So yes, Cuddlingus?
Yeah. Okay, it actually is wholesome.
It is wholesome.
But it's like one of those like. So I was cuddling with my partner, and like, sometimes you have a thought where you're like, it's like, this is really stupid and I shouldn't say it. 'Cause it's cringe. That was that.
That was that.
That was that.
That was just unfiltered mouse brain.
That was, like, nothing lewd had happened during that cuddle session at that point, anyway. But I had the thought, and I was like, we're coming in the act of cuddlingus right now.
I see.
And
that is.
It actually is. It has wholesome origins. It just means snuggling. It's just because the alternative is cuddlatio.
We're just gonna nod and go, yeah, definitely the wholesome. Definitely
wholesome. It is wholesome. It's
nothing
just
being referred to with the endings of those words at all.
No, I mean, obviously it's referring to like an act, but it's not. That's why it's
that's
innocent.
The joke, yes. Oh, jeez. Yes, I just felt like I needed to poke at that because it's like, oh yeah, I made the comment that elicited that response in Twitch. It's like, oh no.
I get like idle sometimes during like snuggles or like other things, and sometimes my brain is like, you should do this thing, and I can't help it. the example that an X cites is doing, like, I got bored mid thing and started nyang, like nya, the Katamari theme. So like nya 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 nya. And they have never forgiven me.
They have never forgiven you for nyawing the Katamari theme, huh? Oh no. Just, impulse thoughts, whatever comes to the brain, huh? Understandable.
I've gotten better at controlling it a little bit.
That's fair. It seems like, when those moments slip out on stream, though, you at least make the most of it and go, oh yeah, that's the thing I said. Let's post it to Twitter, huh?
Let's do Twitter and TikTok. When I first heard that story, I spent like a solid 5 minutes laughing my ass off.
Oh, jeez. Understandable. Oh, jeez. Oh. Four is sneaking another question, and none of these have had anything to do with, shenanigans, Zero. How are unicorns considered mythical creatures when there is this deer-looking thing with a 6-foot-long neck? Do you mean a giraffe, Four?
Yeah, that's a giraffe.
That's a giraffe.
Why aren't giraffes mythical creatures?
Because they're real.
Yeah.
True. As simple as that, huh?
Yeah.
Simple as that. And so, a lot of those moments that do catch people off guard and make for good, TikTok and Twitter moments are just slip of the brain. This is unfiltered mouse brain for you.
I don't think things through, which is why when I get frustrated and end up like swearing on stream, it's never like normal swearing. It's always some like string of consciousness, like I don't understand.
It's one of those train wrecks that just like, oh, what has been said? How did we get here? But you said it, huh?
What? I don't know. I don't think.
Who needs to think? You're here to be a mouse on the internet, right?
That's true.
That's true.
Job requires no brain power.
No brain.
No brain.
No brain.
Only cheese.
Only squeak.
Oh.
Because if I sit there and I start thinking, I'm just gonna drive myself crazy. So I just don't think.
That's certainly a mood. If you think too much, you get in your own head, and suddenly, you realize, oh, this is not a good place to be, huh?
I'm looking around so much. Just this whole time I've been like moving my head left and right.
That is understandable. You gotta move. The wiggle set it into motion way back, huh? The wiggle.
Yeah. I hate that I have an air wiggle redeem on my stream, and it's literally meant for people to focus on the ears.
Yeah, and do people? Yeah, people get distracted, don't they?
It's meant for the ears. It's not meant for that.
The ear's supposed to be wiggly, but they, instead start looking at, oh, I'm really interested in reading your shirt all of a sudden, huh? Ay. Impure viewers. Ay.
If you find your friend, let me know. Yeah.
Fair enough. Let's see. Snowsoul is bringing in one more question before I try to move on to the next one. And this one's actually a question as opposed to something completely non sequitur. It's kind of that if you had a superpower type of thing, huh? So you have the ability of super knowledge, but every time you use it, you lose your memories and forget about yourself. How would you solve this? That is a question if you wish to address it.
Head empty, no think, never use.
No think, never use. Not even.
It's like the name of a goblin in Final Fantasy XIV.
All?
Yeah, because they're all named like things. So like there's one, like the main one that you encounter in 14 is called like Quick Thinks All Thoughts.
Oh. That's a lot of things for a goblin.
So mine would be no thinks any thoughts.
Fair, and that does solve the conundrum. You don't use the superpower of gaining all the knowledge because no think.
Yep, everything's impulsive.
Fair enough.
Or you just.
Oh.
Wait.
Are you having a thought?
Maybe.
You might be having a thought.
Because you could use it, and then because you have it, you'd be able to teach yourself a way to regain the memories that you lost. That would be the solution.
Yeah, that would that makes sense.
I think
if you just learn a way to recall all your memories and have just a big post-it sticky note in front of your face as you do this, that's like, hey, remember who you are.
Just keep a diary. What the
right? That works too, huh? That works too.
I've played Xenoblade 2. I should know the solution to that conundrum.
Oh no. Fair enough, huh? And
yep.
4 again with completely off the rails one.
No.
Do you think that your stomach thinks that all potatoes are mashed?
No.
4?
What?
No.
What?
No,
because you had an answer.
Chewed, like potatoes that you like chew up and swallow, they don't have the same consistency as like mashed potato.
Fair.
So it wouldn't.
That is true.
I think. I don't know.
I don't know, like fried potato chips, they would not resemble mashed potatoes in any capacity, right?
No.
And they're still potato.
Yes.
So I think you got it.
I mean, they're partially potato. They're like
partially potato.
Wait, what else is in a potato chip? Things are on potato chips.
A lot of deep frying oil.
Oh, so they are just potato. Oh, they are just potato. Oh my god.
And like salt or whatever flavorings they put on.
Speaking of food,
an actual question towards you. What's your favorite snack?
Okay, snack is different than food. Okay. I like candy's too generic of an answer. I had to pick a specific candy.
Or you could narrow it down to like a branch of candy.
I like sour keys.
Sour keys?
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with sour keys in particular.
They're just gummy candy that's shaped like a key that is sour.
They are literally just okay. That makes sense.
No, snacks are food, but I mean, I can't say like pasta or something. Like I can't be like, oh, like chicken Alfredo or like whatever, like chicken Parmesan. Like I have to say like a snack.
Yeah,
like
if you go up to like a plate of chicken Alfredo and go, yes, a snack. That might be a little bit off there. Yeah, I agree.
Snacks are food.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, hang on. I can't say that while wearing a shirt that says snack.
It gets a little bit too close to a confession there, huh?
I've been duped.
Understandable. At least you didn't go and, say that you're, the favorite snack, right? Oh, jeez. Let's see. Now, here's something else that I wanted to bring up in regards to just everything, because I know some people wind up meeting people over their time in VTuber shenanigans and on Twitter and whatnot, and this is something that I don't actually know much about when you and Maple met or how all that kicked off and that. So this is there any stories or moments with you and Maple, either from a meeting or recent, that you just want to rattle off the top of your head?
Okay, so the stuff leading up to me meeting Maple, I can't really talk about. But
Fair.
I will say that the day that we met, the first day me and Maple spoke, is also the date of our anniversary.
So there's two things I can take from that. Either that escalated really quickly, or you waited a while. One of the two.
It's
It escalated really quickly.
Yeah.
Understandable.
Yeah. And that's just sort of one of those, like, oh, it feels good. We spent like basically the first like 48 hours we knew each other, we just spent talking constantly. And like, I don't advise people be like me. I'm not a role model. Please don't date someone you just met. It usually doesn't work out, and I only do it because I am deeply, deeply mentally ill.
Oh no.
So, like, normally, take the time, develop a friendship, get to know them first. Don't jump right into it. Don't be like me. Be better. Even though it worked in this case.
Yeah, people are different, relationships are different. It is not, look at, oh, it worked well for the little mouse on the table, I should go that way. No.
No, especially because, like, it's easy, like, that in particular, jumping into something is really easy to get yourself
in trouble.
Yeah.
Doobie.
But my brain just goes, oh, I like this person.
There's definitely something to be said for, having someone around that when they pop up, you just get distracted by them. It's like, oh, it's them.
I have that with two people. At least two people. There are definitely an indeterminate number of other people that I have crushes on that I mentioned.
Understandable. And sometimes you meet people, you like people, they either be friends, all that. Sometimes, they become like a rabbit. Yep.
Yep. No, that moved on quick, and like it's always been like good. There hasn't been any patches with it where I felt like, it's been really solid. Like obviously they had the issue of like moving and the hurricane and stuff, so they were sort of like not around as much for a few months. But like that, it's not how much time you get; it's how good it is. So yeah. And now that's over. So.
Yeah.
No, it's just good. It's good. Relationships are good. Having people you like is good.
Yeah, I was just curious because at one point, I realized over Twitter or however I found it, it's like, oh yeah, those two are together. They're very happy together. They're, wonderful. That's good. But I never really put one and two together, and apparently that would be why, huh? It just
happened. Yeah. We were together for a long time before we said anything. Like publicly, but most people with ears and a functioning nervous system pieced together gossiping about me. Everything I've said is positive.
Yeah, Maple, we are definitely gossiping about you right now. All that
I know
positive
I'm not
slander.
saying anything bad. I don't have anything bad to say, but if I did, it definitely wouldn't be while you're here.
Just fair, that's fair. Oh, geez.
Yeah, there was like 6 or 8 months into dating that we like announced it publicly.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, pretty much everyone had figured it out by that point. Because I have all the subtlety of a brick. I just don't do it well.
This is incredibly relatable again because yeah, and recently, met the person who became my girlfriend. Is like walked around, friends like, okay, New Year's is a good time to introduce people, right? And basically, every single person who'd seen me and her together went, well, you weren't being subtle about it, that's for sure. Congrats.
And then there was me, drunk as ever, going like, Mazel Tov! Woo! I'm sorry, by the way. That was me.
I mean, it's hard
drunk.
to be like when it's as good as it was with like me and Maple. It's hard to be subtle about it because like like I wanna be like open about it, and I wanna be like, hey, I'm with them. Yeah.
You've got so much, chemistry going on. It's like you're around him. You want to be around him. You want to be doing stuff, hanging out, and people just go, oh, they have a thing.
Yeah. And the same thing happened with me and Kairos this time, but we just said it a lot more public. Well, we weren't saying it. We were sort of like just playing a game where we were like, how long until people notice?
Oh.
And somehow the last person to piece together me and Maple was the first person to notice.
Oh, they had an awakening moment where it's like, wait, you can have relationships. Oh, and they started catching on, huh?
Yeah, Bulby.
Fair.
Yeah.
Well, I think that that covers my curiosity. It's just is a topic I wanted to poke at real quick and just see what thoughts were, because I really never got any part of the story, just lurking about as I do. So
it ties back into like earlier where I'm like, I don't think I just do something feels something feels right, or I want to do it. I just do it.
You do.
I bought I had Nerds the Starfleet tubing. I commissioned the model like the next day. I literally realized I was trans, and within a month of that realization, I was on medication.
Oh.
And they were like, "Oh, what if you regret it?" And it's like, I don't do regret. I mean, I do. I definitely do regret. I have a lot of stuff that I'm like, I could have done that better. I should have been a better person in this situation. But like, by and large, it's like, oh, I just make grand sweeping life changes on a whim, which is not ideal.
I imagine it makes things a little unstable sometimes, huh?
Yeah, I don't leave my house.
Oh dear.
I work from home, so.
Yeah, fair enough. At the very least, you don't do regret. You don't regret the decision. You may regret some of the path along it, is what I kind of got from that.
Yeah, like there's things that like they're definitely like moments. So there are moments that I'm like, okay, I definitely regret that happening in general. But by and large, it's like, okay, I'm happy with where I am and how I ended up here. It's just like there's definitely things I could have done better, or situations I could have handled better. But like that's everything. And if you end up like, there's only one big moment in one or two big moments in my life that I like have ever really dwelled on and let it sort of have a significant impact on me. But those are bad. So yeah.
Understandable.
But by and large, it's like, okay, well, I've made up my mind. I want this thing. I'm gonna go get that thing.
At the very least, you act on something when you decide it seems like, and I know a lot of people who sit there and it's like, okay, I've wanted this thing for 6 years. I still haven't decided on how to do it. Right?
Yeah, that's Yeah, that's common. But like I said, I can't pick what I want for lunch. Like if I'm sat out in the living room and Kairos is like, "Hey, what do you want to do? Like, we should do food." It's like, okay, well, I'll open DoorDash and I'll be like,
Oh no. Yeah, my plan with food is I just fall into a habit and just be like, okay, I will order one thing from one place until the end of time.
That works.
Right.
But yeah, no, I'll sit there, and then when we pick a place, and it's like, say we're like, okay, well, we're gonna get like Subway, and it's like, oh no,
more
options.
More
What do I want?
options.
And I'll even get to a point where I'm like, okay, well, I've settled on this thing, but then but that seems nice too, and it's like, oh no, why can't I get like a half and half at Subway? Why, like how you can get a pizza that's like half this and half that? Why can't I get like a half, like a foot-long sub that's half one thing and half another thing? Why do I need to order 2 6-inch subs?
Honestly, though.
Yeah.
Honestly,
like, yeah.
Why can you not?
Yeah.
See, now train of thought, train of consciousness. That's exactly.
Just do half and half. Yeah, actually, man.
It'd be so easy. The most complicated thing would be pricing, though, and that's probably why they're getting
that's
confused.
Probably why they
because
don't
every single sandwich has to be different by 10 cents or something.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, you keep it within brackets, right? So the ones that are different ingredient ratios for 6-inch versus foot long. But that's fine because they're essentially just making 2 6-inch subs. Just for the price of 1 foot long instead of 2 6-inch. Because that you know. Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows? It is a mystery we shall not solve right now. So, moving on to the final category, and I've noticed a trend in some of the comments, so I imagine we're not going to have too much coherent thought for some of these, potentially. But we'll see. We are nearing the end of my listed questions, and I would like to ask about plans looking forward. And we've seen how you and plans don't exist together in the same area most of the time, right?
I have. Yeah, I had this. So this outfit, this new one, this one, I commissioned this and was like, I'm gonna do a big reveal stream. It's gonna be a big deal. And then the second I got it, I was like, I want to show this off on stream.
That's a mood, though.
But I want to get more stuff. I want to get more art. I want to keep streaming. Like, there's only so much you can do with like VTubing, where it's like, okay, well, I'm just gonna keep making content because that's sort of the only avenue I have. I might commission some assets or do stuff like that, but like by and large, it's like, okay, well, I'm just gonna keep streaming. I changed my schedule recently to be like every second day because burnout. And trying to work 40 hours a week and then stream like 5 days a week was like, oh, this is not good.
Definitely.
So keeping to that schedule, trying to be more consistent with streams, that stuff. Because ultimately, I'm not in the position that a lot of people are, where people are like, okay, well, this is my like full-time thing. For me, it's like, I want it to be eventually, but right now, like, I've got another job and like I stream when I can and I want to do it more. But, it's not as much of a priority for me as it would be for people who need it for a living.
One of those things that it'd be nice if it took off and you could rely on it and build up off of it, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that as well.
5-year plan. That's what I said when I started, so.
Fair enough. So, to frame the questions a little bit different to get to also buy a little bit of time, because one of the things I also usually go for is, during these interviews, I let the guest, if they wish, choose the raid target and raid message. So, but that sounds like a might analysis paralysis some as well, huh?
I can find someone.
You can find someone? Alright, while you're looking, the questions, the way I would frame it, is short-term and long-term. Are there any major long-term plans that you're looking towards, and are there any short-term, just things that you're planning, like the next stream or whatever you're doing?
I'm doing a stream tomorrow to finish Hollow Knight. Finally. Otherwise, I want to get back to streaming Xenoblade again. I sort of fell off that. I have this thing where I really want to do like long form, like JRPGs on the channel, but to be if this is gonna sound like this is a really bad reason not to stream something, and I'm aware of that, and I'm trying my best not to let it stop me. So that's why I'm going back to it.
Mm-hmm.
It is not great for numbers.
Yeah. A lot of
because it's like
things aren't.
Because the second, and Maple explained this to me once in terms of like YouTube videos, where it's like the second someone misses a single stream of that game, they no longer are up to date on what's happening narratively. So they're likely just to skip the streams unless there's someone who watches specifically for the viewer. But anyone who is coming in and like, okay, well, I'm watching, the Xenoblade playthrough. It's like, okay, well, I missed a part, so I can either go back and watch the VOD where I'm not watching things live anymore, which I've done. I did that. I watched someone play the Danganronpa games, and I missed the live stream. So I was like, okay, well, I'll watch the VOD of that. While I was watching that VOD, they went live with another part. So I ended up just never watching them live, but I watched all their VODs.
Yeah.
And that's really easy to happen with, longer narrative-based games. Fire Emblem is next week, and I'm on the fence about streaming it for that same reason, where I'm like, oh, and just streaming new games in general is like, well, people might want to avoid spoilers. This is why I don't think, because the second I start thinking, I'm like, here's this thing I want to do, but here's 12 reasons not to do it.
All the thoughts and all the details, huh?
Yeah. But it's also like, that's really toxic and really viewership focused, which is like, I shouldn't be like, oh, when I stream this game, only 5 people come in. It's like, oh shit, there's 5 people that are watching me play this game. Like, it's important to view it not as like a number, but as like, oh, these are like individual people that are like taking the time out of their day to watch me, and like I should stream things that I enjoy.
That's fair. I know a lot of people get caught up in it where it's like, oh, I'm down only like 1/5 of the viewership for this. Oh, I'm never touching this again. Because they're looking at the numbers and just thinking numbers.
Yeah, it's oftentimes it's like not related to anything that you might think it is. Like I had a pattern before where like, okay, my days off were Wednesday and Saturday because those were typically my worst performing days.
Yep.
But I've had Wednesday streams that are like, oh, this was like one of my best streams. So it's like, there's no rhyme or reason. So just stream and do whatever the hell you want. Like, there's no reason to like limit yourself because you think you have to fit a niche or you think that this game's not going to do well. If you want to stream a game, just stream it. Like, if it's something you have fun with, just do it.
If you're really trying to plan around viewership numbers, you have to take into account literally everything, everywhere. Because, oh, what's this? It's a national holiday over there. Well, some of your viewers are over there. Everything gets in the way.
When I was unemployed, so like when I started streaming, I was working a night shift, so I'd stream earlier in the day. I got fired from that job literally on stream.
Ooh.
The phone call came in, and I took it, and I was streaming Mass Effect, I think 2 or 3 at the time. I think it was 2. And got fired on stream. I made the bad decision to keep streaming that day, and when I shouldn't have. I have definitely had more emotional breakdowns on stream than one person. But
understandable given the context there, huh?
Yeah. But even then, it's like, so I started doing like streams in the early afternoon to like evenings. So I cultivated a viewer base that's a lot of like UK and overseas viewers. Which when I got my new job, which is I work until 4:30 Eastern or like whatever, and I go live and it's 9:30 over in the UK. Well, I'm not getting those same people because they're not around. So basically the entire audience I cultivated over the course of those months, outside of like 5 or 10 people, is unable to watch me, and that sucks. So I got to start doing more weekly streams, which I'm doing a stream every Sunday now. That's going to be longer.
I can't tell you the number of people who are off in Germany that are like, okay, I'm popping in for the start of stream. It's 4 a.m. and now I'm going to bed. Goodbye.
Yep. I had just to hit on what Dooney just said. I had my last Hollow Knight stream was on Wednesday because I did Fortnite with Maple yesterday, and I had a long day, and so I didn't stream it myself. But that stream started and it was like low viewership, and then as it went along and I got rated 3 or 4 times, it ended up being like one of my favorite streams that I've done recently. Not only because of the numbers being good, but because like the people who came in were new, they were awesome. Someone came in whose name was No Fox Given, and I'm like, that's amazing.
Nice.
So it's like, even those streams that start off bad and you might like be demoralized by it, like they can turn around, which is why, like, yeah, turn off that view counter. It's bad.
I can intercept here for just a moment. I have had an experience that's the opposite way, and this is gonna just be a oh no type of moment where I thought I had a stream going. It was going real good, but chat seemed a little oddly quiet, So I was playing a game for an hour. 2 people renewed their subs during that hour, and then they just didn't respond to anything else I said. So something's up, right? I wasn't live. I wasn't live for a whole hour and a half. I almost got to the Cosmic Ocean, and they missed the good run of the day because I forgot to push go live, and they both resubscribed without, being like, oh, hey, you're not on. So you never know how a day's gonna go, huh?
I've gone live where I've typed out the tweet and the Discord message, and I've gone live, and then it's like an hour in the stream, and I'm like, why is it not doing so well? And then I'm like, I never sent the announcements.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
All too well.
There's one where I sent the announcement, and I was like, wow, that's weird. And it was like a Binding of Isaac stream back like when I first started. And I was like, why? Like, I've been doing like, 10, 11, 12 people at this time, which is like still my average, but that's regardless of the fact. But it was like 2 or 3, and I'm like, what happened? My tweet went out on my AD account, which is locked. I don't even use the darn thing.
But, like, wrong account.
Because at some point I was just like, you know what? Never mind. I'm just gonna post the porn to my main Twitter. So...
Well, that explains, a recent commission we saw come in, huh?
Wait, the one from tonight?
I saw a tweet. I saw a new tweet.
You saw nothing.
Nothing at all.
No. I'm glad I have a button on my stream deck that's just blush. I can
that's fair. That's fair. Jeez. Oh.
You didn't invite me, Lux. Why didn't you invite me? It was early in the morning. I'm sorry.
Trying to get in on action, huh? All right. That might have been a bit too much on the derailing folk, huh?
Oh God, why do I have 8 Twitter notifications?
It's a good question. It may just be, retweets and the announcements, huh? Or something. I do not know.
It's all stuff about it's something
else.
Tweet.
Oh,
I hadn't checked Twitter the entire time. I've been solely focused on this, except when I Googled random things. But
listen, the Google was informative for the conversation,
I try. I feel so bad whenever I'm like, I'm gonna search something. But
hey, as understandable as understandable.
I was like, because I wasn't gonna post that until like. Actually, I was on the fence about posting it all because I'm like, this is a little much for me. But this is gonna make me sound pathetic. My partner told me to post it, and I was just like, okay, I guess I'll do it.
Fair enough. All right. So
I need more art ideas. I'm always like, I don't know what I want to get, but I want more art. I want art. I just don't have ideas.
Art is always fun. So
yeah,
we've covered all the questions I have, basically. So unless there's anything running through either of your heads right now, we can figure out who we're gonna send the raid off to, huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
That is good. Sarah would know. Art is good. Art is great. It's like one of my favorite things about being a VTuber is like having a design that I'm like, I can get art of this, and I have gotten like in just under 2 years, I've commissioned like 30 pieces.
I don't want to look up how many pieces I've commissioned. A lot. You know, there's something about commissioning art that's like, oh, this is good.
Pretty.
I like this process.
I like.
Yep.
Although, I do have to throw in my 2 cents on Skeb, then, because some people swear by Skeb. I don't like it.
I did it once, and that's it. Never again.
It's the lack of like feedback. Like you can't provide.
The total lack of communication being there is just completely kills it for me and drives up my anxiety when I'm waiting.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not great.
They just have a deadline and that's it, you know? That's all you know. I love talking with the artist. It's the best part of getting art commission.
You meet new friends.
Yeah, sometimes though you just want to commission something and then like walk away because like I don't know, like I'm awkward and nervous and I'm sat there and I'm like, how do I ask someone to draw this thing that is like, from an outside perspective, really weird?
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
And well, sometimes you just get lucky. Like the first time, I was like, okay, it's Big Mouse time, and got the big art commission of like me holding the planet, basically.
Yeah.
I reached out to somebody who had like no size art on their profile on Fiverr at all, and it was like, this is the idea. And now I've been commissioning CC quite regularly, and she's like, oh, this is quite funny, haha, and is even, you know, been like, okay, you know what? I will accept being in the nom by mouse redeem. You can vor me. There you go. So
I took an artist recommendation from you once.
Yeah, Momo, I believe, or
yeah, that was for the candy bowl, the Halloween picture. Yep.
Yep. Momo was an apprentice.
I've been meaning to get more stuff done.
Understandable is understandable, huh? And Maple's bringing in comments on Skeb, huh? See, lack of communication, lack of being able to get revisions, lack of being able to attach more references or answer questions. The fact that they're all in on crypto and have their own crypto coin. Skeb is literally only popular because it's Japanese and mysterious, but it's literally and unironically art loot boxes.
Yeah, that's the best way to describe it.
Yeah, there's no way, unless you're like really thorough with your explanation, there's no way to guarantee that what you get isn't gonna be very different from what you requested.
And when I actually went through and explained a lot of the reasoning behind Skeb to somebody, it's a cultural clash where it's like they're trying to keep all the Western everything out of their artists. They don't want them touching any communication there. They are being as isolationist as they can, but they want our money. Yep.
But it's also like expansive.
Yeah, that's the one huge thing. Money huge on those because
yeah.
And like if I'm gonna shell out like $100 for a picture, I'm just gonna commission someone that I've like interacted with on Twitter. Like there's someone who's open for commissions. Like right now, I don't know if they're still open, but I looked at it and I was like, if this was like 2 weeks later, I would have commissioned them. And it's like, darn it. And it's like, that's the same, like, I'm willing to spend the money, but like, I'm not going to spend it on someone that I'm not like, on a piece that I'm not able to communicate with.
If we're going to gamble it on, you know, a new artist even, we want to make sure we're able to talk to that new artist too, as opposed to just be like, okay, here it is. And and the thing that a lot of VTubers don't think about on Skeb is no commercial usage. Period. It's just they drew the picture, that's it. There you go. You can use it as your profile picture. Be happy. You get art. Yep.
Yeah. I've never understood it, especially because like it is definitely in part like I'm getting this. What is going on? Nothing. Okay, good. I was like, is my tongue out? But no, I don't have that button pressed.
Fair.
But yeah, Maple hit on it where there is definitely at least a portion of it that's like, oh, well, I'm getting like, because a lot of VTuber art like inevitably is going to be very like anime inspired, like anime manga inspired, because like there's a lot of, you know, that culture in this, and that's what a lot of VTuber models end up defaulting to in terms of style is like, okay, well, I'm an anime mouse girl, and it's like, well, yeah, I guess technically I am. Yes, yes, but yeah, so much art ends up looking like very similar to each other, and it's like,
Yeah, there's definitely enough of an overlap that for a while before Twitch decided to just go nuclear on the tags, VTubers were just like, okay, we're anime now. Use the anime tag.
Yep.
it's so stupid. Rather than
Right.
fix their system,
They have.
Ooh.
Like,
they just removed it.
They threw their hands up in the air and said, you know what? You all get 10 tags now. Make them. Go.
Yeah.
But
Also, we had like a petition at one point just to even have the VTuber tag.
Yep.
Like,
and then we got it, and people started misusing it, and Twitch was like, okay,
all right,
well, rather than moderating tag usage, which
make your own.
In order for them to moderate the VTuber tag, they would have to know what a VTuber is.
Yeah.
And you've seen their Twitter. They don't know what a VTuber is.
Oh, God. They did that,
called us AI.
They did that. They did like a VTuber week or something.
Yeah.
Like back a few months ago. And it's exactly what you'd think it is. It's like, here's the... If YouTube's discoverability was better, and I mean, Twitch's discoverability sucks too.
Oh, yeah.
But like,
yeah.
They wouldn't even be a competition. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, it'd be how it be. Although I feel like we've gotten deep into the weeds here. We can continue if we want. We don't got any new questions to go on, but we can also set you free and end things now. How much do you want to rag on all the social platforms we use? That's the question.
I don't know.
You know.
It just makes me sad. A website that like thousands and thousands of people rely on for their livelihood should not be as wildly inconsistent as Twitch is.
Yep.
If you want people to come here and stream and make money streaming, and therefore make you money by streaming, your platform should be consistent. Sweeping changes like removal of tags shouldn't be done without like user feedback. Like it's but it's because they don't necessarily like Twitch doesn't care about, unless you have like 500 600 plus viewers every stream, they don't care.
Oh yeah, what was the one of the official stances they gave? Yeah, we're running at a loss for most viewers because it costs like $1,000 a month for any given person to stream.
Yeah, boohoo, you're owned by Amazon.
Yeah.
You're owned by, what is Amazon? It's the second or third
something like that
biggest company on the planet. I think I think Microsoft is bigger.
I couldn't tell.
And I think Apple may be bigger, but that's it.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, you can't, like, A, you're buying the server space from yourself.
Oh, jeez.
Like, is Amazon charging you a third-party rate for the servers? Because that's...
Wasn't it also like them providing it based on commercial rates for a third-party pay to Amazon to host the video?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, it's not even effectual. Like, I just... Don't, if you're a billion-dollar company, don't put out the boo-hoo, we're running at a loss thing.
Yeah. You could afford to run at a loss until society collapses around you.
Well, that's soon.
It's really soon. Oh, jeez.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll rebuild society. Society will be rebuilt by VTubers.
Yeah.
Oh no.
The mice will rise up.
Oh no.
Okay, maybe I'll be okay with that, but other than that, no.
Listen.
Please.
If VTubers
President Nyanners,
society,
let's go.
Yep, President Nyanners of the internet.
Yes!
Let's go.
Yes! Sorry, I got excited.
I think it'd more likely end up being like, it's Gura, right? Gura has the largest?
I have no clue on that front either.
Yeah, I honestly think, she might be the largest.
I know she was, but yeah.
Yeah.
Chum jar.
Be that as it may.
I can get away with it because I have
you can.
like under 1,000 followers. Like you have millions. How are you getting away with having a chum jar? Like, it's not even that subtle.
It's just there. Yeah.
You put your Nendroid in it.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. All right. I think on that note, have there been any good raid targets popping up in your peripheral?
Sorry. Yeah, it's someone that I was looking at. Hang on.
All right, let's get this rolling around because I feel like as much as this could ramble all day, we're not really well, we're definitely showcasing you and your personality, but we've run out of topics that are just like, and this is Lux. Lux talk about Lux.
Well, this person's thing.
We could really go at it though, digging into those websites. So.
Oh, I like some people, and I understand the view that's like, oh, you keep your entertainment, and like you do when you're streaming, you don't bring up like your political views, and I'm like, no, that's how I sort the garbage.
Ay. Yeah, towards Maple in chat. I have very, very strong opinions on the Skeb too, so agreed.
Yeah.
Do I just put the name in your chat?
In the chat or in the DM or wherever you want, just toss the name towards me.
This person's doing a subathon, so events take precedent for me at least. When I'm rating, it's like who's like doing okay-ish, or who's streaming a game that I really like, or who haven't I rated in a while. But then if someone's doing like an event, okay, well that person gets it, I guess.
All right, let's see.
Don't bring up politics. Sorry, I'm trans.
Oh.
Woof.
Ay.
Yeah.
Things be how things be, huh? People.
Thank you guys for the stream. No, Dooney, thank you for being here and for the questions. I had a lot of fun. Do I have to like? Do I have to like say anything?
I would just be like, is there anything you would like to say as a raid message? And also, we'll just give the goodbyes, and I'll just say goodbye. And if you want to chime in, you can.
I don't know. Raid message.
You don't know?
Mouse raid squeak.
Mouse raid squeak.
Mouse raid squeak. I got nothing.
Mouse raid squeak. There we go.
Yes.
Mouse raid squeak in the chat if you're gonna be sending over that raid message. Thank you all for hanging out for the Big Squeak Inc. interview. Thank you, Lux, for being a guest.
No, thank you for having me. I'm surprised it took. You've mentioned this to me like a while ago, and I just never got around to.
Yeah, it was just kind of a thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, you mentioned it to me when you were initially like planning on starting them, and I was like, oh, I'd like to do one.
Ground floor, and then we just
Yeah.
Anyways, the raid's going, so goodbye.
Well, bye.
Bye.
Thunderstorm.
Bye.